Welcome, everybody. This is Imran Namawal, and I'm here with Yusuf Chowdhury, and we're going to be conducting part 10 today of SEO The Series. Today, we're going to be discussing local SEO, and previously, we had been discussing everything related to keywords, how to perform useful keyword research, what keyword tools to use, and how to distribute keywords. And now, today, we're going to be continuing with local SEO. So, Yusuf, how you doing, my man?
Very good, my man. Can you hear me clearly? Because for some reason your sound is cutting off.
My sound is cutting off.
Yeah,
Yeah, your sound is a little choppy too. Not very choppy, but your overall mic quality doesn't sound too good.
I
But
apologize.
it's okay. It's good enough. It's good enough. Um, so when Yusuf, let's go straight into the topic, especially because I know you're out. But when we say local SEO, is this like local dating, brother? We're gonna contrast this to like international SEO, national SEO. What do we mean by local SEO?
Excellent question. So when we talk about local SEO, we basically focusing on your mom and pop type of business or a brick and mortar or a business that is focused on a local geography. So let's say you're a chiropractor, a dentist, attorney, lawyer, you have an office, you're a consultant, but it's confined to a local location, basically. So that's what the local SEO means. So for example, I'm right here at Sultan Cafe, right? So they have like, coffee shop, hookah and whatnot. So that's what they provide locally in a specific area. So when you optimize it, for local SEO, you're looking at the radius, how far the location is close to, let's say, universities or different target audience from that location. And when the target audience look for specific businesses like this, what do they search on the mobile device, right? Are they looking for a local coffee shop near me? And this is where the local SEO comes in because it's totally different. It is not the same how we talked about it before in terms of optimizing the website, optimizing the key phrases and doing the on page and the off page. This process, a lot of time deals with some type of online yellow pages, like, the Google My Business page, Yelp, review sites. So the majority of the time, it really deals with those. So eventually, you can definitely show up locally based on your address and whatnot.
I mean, can we compare this at all to like running ads, like running Facebook ads? Because when you run ads on social media, you're given the choice to target people in your locality with certain interests, right? So is it can it be compared or no?
Well, the ad is a little bit different because in the ad, yes, you're spending money in the ad, and you are based on the objective of the ad itself. If it's an e-commerce, it has a different objective. If it's local brick and mortar, it has a different objective. With the local SEO, you don't even need to run an ad. So what you have to do, the first and foremost, you have to make sure that you claim all the most popular local listing sites, like a Google My Business page, Facebook business page, Yelp, super pages, and there are many. So what we recommend to our, the audience right now, you might want to look into a website called moz.com slash local.
How do
Okay.
how do how do you spell it?
Moz, moz.com/local.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the,
Yeah, I just put it
because,
there.
okay. So moz.com/slash local. Another company called Yext. Instead of Next, you have like the YEXT, but they charge you like monthly. There's another company called Thrive Hive. And of course, SEMrush also offers the local listing service. So the main objective of the local listing, you have to claim, for example, the Google My Business page and the Yelp pages and whatnot. Why is that? Because a lot of consumers actually go to those places to look for your type of local business. If you're in clinic business, if you're an attorney, if you are a yoga or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a restaurant, even a food truck, right? Even a specific spot that you always want to be in that location. This is what is it for, and that's why it's called local. So a lot of it deals with these popular local listing sites. So Moz will recommend maybe top 10, starting from Google My Business page. And Google My Business page is free. So the amazing thing about it is free. And you can definitely dominate in your local search just by being there. Believe it or not, even if you don't have a website, right? So when someone looking for like best Mediterranean restaurant, and you have a nice, properly optimized local listing page like a Google My Business page that has so many good reviews, you will get customers like that because they can see it, they can read the reviews, they can leave the reviews by themselves. Make sense? So that's how it's so crucial that even if you want to dominate the local search, if you want to be visible locally, then you need to also implement the local listing. So the first step you need to do is go to moz.com/local, type the name of your business, enter the address, and click search. Then what Moz is going to do, it will go through the local business database and it will find out how many of the top 10 places you have the listing configured. If not, then you have to claim it. Okay, once you claim it, Google will send you like a postcard to your business with the code that you need to enter it and complete the process. Other local listings like Yelp and Super Pages and Yellow Pages, they are going to give you a call to the phone that you entered in the configuration. So once you get the automatic call, you verify and you're set to go. Okay. So Moz is one. It's free. If you want to pay them, you can, but you don't have to. You can also look into Yext, Yext. You can also look into Thrive Hive. Okay, but Moz should be easy and free for you because they recommend, as I mentioned, Google My Business page, Google Maps, Facebook page, Yelp, Bing, Hot Frog, Super Pages. There's another like a mobile directory listing site. That's that I can remember. Okay. Now,
So it
go ahead.
seems like Thrive High has moved to a new webpage.
What is it? I couldn't hear you. Go ahead. Say it again.
Can you see I'm sharing my screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. One second. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, it seems like Thrive High moved to this uh, new location, localiq.com.
Oh, they changed the name. They changed the brand. Okay. They
Oh,
changed the
wait,
brand.
one
No
second.
problem.
Yeah,
He's in.
yeah.
Yeah, he driver has evolved to local IQ. Okay, that's awesome. Look into that. The SEMrush, I have a full access to SEMrush tool, and the cool thing about SEMrush, it pulls like top 50 listings that I usually provide to my clients. But for beginners, you can definitely start with the Moz. Another link I posted here. This is for the like a niche directory citation. So you can see that one. You leaving? All right, brother. Take care. So you gonna stay for a while? Or you want him to drop you? All right, good. You got homies here hanging out. So okay. So I also shared this a Bright Local company. It's an SEO company. They put it together an amazing resource for a niche-based businesses. So if you had oh thanks man. If you are what you call it, an attorney in DOI, you can find all these listing sites for attorney DOI, for example. Because on one hand, it brings you more traffic, it brings you more new visibility, more customer, and when Google finds that you have your business configured into different listing properties, it can also help you to get some sort of boosting to your site. Okay,
Mm.
so make sure you post that on the comment. Now, make sure that when you yeah, so did I on the phone. Make sure when you try to optimize the local listing, so there's some few things you have to take into consideration. The first thing is you have to make sure that all the information that you put on Google My Business page or Yelp and Yahoo and so forth or Bing, it has to be consistent. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, the name has to be exactly the same. So if my business is called Yusuf Yoga with capital Y and capital Y in the word yoga, it has to be same across the board. Okay, so the name of the business has to be exactly the same, even in uppercase or lowercase. The description of the business has to be exactly the same. Contact information, payment method, hours of operation, if you have any images and videos, and don't forget the business category. You got to make sure that you select the proper category and the map. And if you have customer reviews, that's awesome. Don't forget to link to your social media sites. Make sure you have there's an access to your email address, phone number, fax number. I don't know if anybody uses a fax number these days, or any other phone for your customer to basically get in touch with you, right? So these are some of the what do you call it, the tips that you have to make sure that if you are going to utilize the local listing, just write them in a Word document or a notepad and then start signing up with all those local listing sites and basically fill in all this information. Some of them might be different. Some of them are asking for different categories that doesn't exist on, let's say, the Google My Business page. Some of them are asking for 10 images. Some of them are asking for like 10, 20. It depends. But the main information has to be exactly the same, right? Because the way the local SEO works, it looks at your local listing, it looks at the signal that comes to the local listing, it looks at the reviews, it looks at the citation and the behavior, like more feedback, more comments, or anywhere from the social media side that takes you back to the local listing. So this is how you're going to actually implement the local SEO. Okay, and if our audience wants to learn more, I have a couple of resources from local SEO guide and also Moz that can help our audience to basically, get into study more about this so they can definitely take care of that because it's very, very crucial, especially that local businessman. I mean, even if you don't have a site, you have to be in the local listing because you will definitely get customers through that.
At what point? I mean, you mentioned, for example, with Moz, they have a free version, but at what point is it worth it to pay for one of the solutions? Where they like Moz, like you mentioned, SEM Rush, and all these different places. If someone really doesn't want to spend much time on their own working on SEO, should they? Is it worth it to spend on one of these solutions? Because, for example, Moz actually seems like they have a decent. Um, Here, let me look at it. Give me 1 second. I feel that they had, based on what you said, they have a decent price product. So for
Mm-hmm.
$179, it for per year, it's $179 per year, and let's see what it gives them. Automated location data distribution, listing management, continual syncing of location data, standard directory submission data aggregator, data cleansing, automated duplicate deletion, activity feed and notifications alert, social posting, etc. Do you think that's worth it?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to do it by yourself,
Mm.
right? If you want somebody else to take care of it for you, then why not? It's worth it. But if you're gonna do it manually, because when you create the account, it's only done once. But you have to go back and double check: is it done properly? Is it 100% complete? Right? If somebody leaves a review, bad review, positive review, who's gonna respond to that? If you have a new blog, how are you gonna post it? If you have a new thing coming up, so there is a maintenance, of course, takes in place. If you have the time that you want to do by yourself without paying anybody, then that's fine. But if you don't, I mean, if you can do it, then you don't have to pay Miles or anybody else. But if you're too busy, you want somebody else to take care of it for you, then yeah, I think that's a really, really cheap deal, to be honest, on a yearly basis.
Okay, okay. So, anything else that's pertinent when it comes to local SEO building, my man?
That's about it. Simple as that. Just make sure that you have the local listing. Start with the simplest way is start with Moz and find out what's the percentage of your local listing because Moz will tell you if you have 80%, 40%, or 20%, or which of the local listing that is missing. You can go back and claim it and make sure that you have 100%. And from there, start telling your customer, hey, come to my Google My Business page, give me some reviews, come to my Yelp or Facebook, leave us some reviews. And the more reviews you have, the better the signal, and eventually you get ranked locally too.
All right, my man. So, I thank you for your time today, and just a quick sneak peek for everybody. Next week, we're going to be moving on to Google algorithms. What is a Google algorithm update? And then after that, we only have four more topics left. So, we're going to be bringing this to a conclusion. I think we've gone through most of the meat and potatoes of the series.
Yeah.
So that's about it. And it doesn't look like we have any questions today, Yusuf
I
Chowdhury.
guess,
And
I guess that's about it. Make sure that
enjoy your
whatever you guys learn, put into action.
yeah, enjoy your time with the coffee and the hookah, brother. You know.
No, I don't smoke, man.
Yeah, yeah, okay, no
I just
problem,
come for
no
the
problem.
chai, man. I think that's the best chai here at Sultan. The best
Really?
chai ever. Yeah.
Are they using local SEO strategies, my friend?
And that's been good, man. They're always busy. Plus, they have this, the Arabic style. You see, majlis,
Mm,
that's
yeah, the
around the
floor.
floor.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's late. Thanks for being patient with us and sticking to the schedule. We got a comment. 1 second.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Larry.
Y'all have a good night.
Okay.
Take
See you
care.
guys.